Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do some algebraic long division, and we're going to start off by dividing a binomial, so x plus 3, into this polynomial, x cubed minus 5x squared plus 6x minus 2. And we're going to start off really by kind of trying to remember how long division works. So say I have 4 going into 936. I would start off by saying, well, how many times does 4 just go into 9? Goes in 2 times. Once I have the 2, I say, well, I know it only went in 2 times because 2 times 4 gives me 8. So I multiply it out and then subtract. Left with 1, bring down the next part. How many times does 4 go into 13? Goes in 3 times. 3 times 4 is 12. So again, subtract. I'm left with 1, bring down to 6. How many times does 4 go into 16? 4 times. And this time, I wouldn't have a remainder, right? Because 4 times 4 is 16, so I would subtract and get a remainder of 0, which means it went in evenly. If I had a remainder, I could have written it with the remainder, little r there, 0. We're going to see how to write it with algebraic terms. So we're going to start off the exact same way. We're going to say how many times does x, our first part, go into our first part, x cubed. So x goes into x cubed, or what times x gives me x cubed? X squared. So x squared times x, so I'm going to multiply, would be x cubed. X squared times a positive 3 would be plus 3x squared. Once I multiply, I subtract. So I'm going to do that here. When I subtract, I do want to make sure I subtract both parts. So I'm going to subtract the x cubed and I'm going to subtract the 3x squared. So x cubed minus x cubed goes away. Minus 5x squared minus 3x squared is minus 8x squared. Then I'm going to bring down the next part. So bring down plus 6x. And start again. See how many times does x go into minus 8x squared? Or what times x gives me minus 8x squared? Well, minus 8, obviously I would need that. And x times x would give me x squared, so minus 8x. So minus 8x times x would be minus 8x squared. Minus 8x times 3 is minus 24x. Again, now I'm going to subtract. So go ahead, subtract. When I subtract, I'm changing both my signs. So this will be a plus, and that will be a plus. Minus 8x squared plus 8x squared cancel. Plus 6x plus 24x is 30x. And I'm going to bring down my last part. So now I'm saying how many times does x go into 30x? Or what times x gives me 30x? So that'll be a plus 30. So multiply. 30 times x is 30x. 30 times 3 is plus 90. And subtract. Subtract, I'm going to change both my signs because I'm subtracting both parts. So 30x and 30 minus 30x will cancel. Minus 2 and minus 90 would be minus 92. So that's my remainder. And when we did this back in, I don't know, 3rd grade, we might have written it like that. Remainder, negative 92. When we do it this time, we're actually going to write out x squared minus 8x plus 30. That's how many times it actually goes into it, but it doesn't go into it evenly. And I still have this 92 that I didn't actually divide by the x plus 3. So I write it as minus 92 over x plus 3. And that would be my answer.